Greetings, Cleveland, and welcome to Creative Focus, the show that illuminates some of Cleveland's most talented and creative artists across the genres of film, dance, music, theater, and visual arts. I'm your host, Cornell Calhoun III, and I'm thrilled to have as a guest on my show today, actress, vocalist, Miss Angie Winborn. Angie, welcome to Creative Focus. Girl, let's chop it up.
Thank you, Cal. I'm so happy to be here today.
I'm honored to have you. So, I was just looking at your resume, and it is, I bet you there's probably no one in the theater or film community that doesn't know Angie Winborn. I mean, you've done extraordinary work.
Thank you.
At so many different theaters, Porthouse, the historic Karamu, Cleveland Playhouse, Ensemble, and you've played some iconic roles in plays like Ma Rainey's Black Bottom,
Yeah.
Ain't Misbehavin,
Yeah.
A Raisin in the Sun. So, how did you become interested in acting, performing? How did that all start for you?
The typical story of when I was a little girl, I used to watch TV and I would act out all the characters that I would see on television.
Okay. So, do you remember the first play
Oh, yeah.
that you did?
Oh, yeah. It was called Five on the Black Hand Side.
Oh, yeah.
It was at John F. Kennedy High School. I was a 10th grader. Leon Fisher was the director and my icon, and I fell in love with the stage.
Five on the Black Hand Side. Tell us a little about that production.
Ooh.
What was it about?
Well, it was about
what you can remember.
a family, and it was a comedy. All I remember was a comedy, one of those old school comedies, and I played an aunt. I don't remember the character's name, so that's about all I can tell you. We won't say how long ago that was,
Okay.
but that was my first real stage production.
Okay. So, what's the audition process for you? How do you prepare? How do you prepare? And I know you might try to deny it, but you're a performer who a lot of times directors just call you and say, "Hey, Angie, I want you for this role." But in the normal audition process, what's that?
Well, you always have to have a few monologues ready, usually a contemporary piece, a drama piece, or a comedy piece, And I just take one or two of my favorite monologues from like A Raisin in the Sun,
Okay.
or when I did Crowns, I still know that piece. And those are the two pieces that I use. I keep that in my head constantly, and just go over it. And when I'm doing musical, of course, there's songs.
Sure.
I'm a blues and jazz singer, so that's my genre of music that I usually keep up with.
So, do you have a preference in terms of drama or music? Since you have such a wonderful voice, doesn't matter.
I actually love doing drama.
Okay.
And I think it's because I'm the opposite. I'm that kind, nice person. So I like playing the opposite of who I really am.
And you probably get cast in musicals primarily because you have such a great voice.
Thank you. Well, I used to.
No, you still do. So what type of director appeals to you? And I ask you that because, I came up in the Reuben Silver, Dorothy Silver time, and at that time they tell you exactly where to go, what to say, when to sit, when to stand. And I know the first time I worked with Carolyn Jackson Smith, who's a director who lets you go a little bit, I was kind of perplexed because I was used to people telling me, "Hey, you go over there, you sit here at this time." So, what type of director do you kind of like to work with? Or does it matter?
Actually, it doesn't matter. I've worked with all of them. The ones that tell you, go stage right, downstage, put your hand on, the table when you say this line. And I've worked with directors to say, hey, just go with what you feel.
Because in terms of the script, I can remember most of the time the scripts would say, you go left, you go right. Now they just say cross, and it's up to the director to send that performer wherever he deems unnecessary, to have a successful scene in the play.
And, exactly, I just want to say this. I remember working at Carousel Dinner Theater out in Akron many years ago. And this director, he put numbers on the stage, 1 through 10. And you had to memorize those numbers, like where 5 was, 3, 2, 1, and so forth. And when he say, okay, when you say this line, make sure you're on 5, or you're on 6 and 7. It's very weird, but I mean, it's different.
So are there, do you have favorite directors, people that you enjoy working with?
I enjoy working with everybody. I've worked with you. But I will say, I'm going to mention 3 people. Diane McIntyre, phenomenal choreographer and also phenomenal director. Mike Malone, because Mike Malone came after Ruben and them left.
Exactly.
So, and also I have to say Margaret Ford Taylor.
Margaret Ford Taylor, legend.
A legend.
Legendary. Margaret, you bring her name up, and she was so special to me.
Yeah.
She directed my first play at Karamu.
Okay.
The first play. And what happened was, the director took ill. And so I didn't have a director. And I was afraid to ask Margaret to direct it, but I didn't have a choice. So I just walked in there and I said, hey, Margaret, I said, could you direct it? It was entitled Theme for Summer Madness, 1996. And Margaret said, yeah, I'll direct it.
Wow.
And she was an icon.
Oh my gosh, she is still, she doesn't do anything now, but I can't think of any other female in that era that was that great to me.
And she, I remember when my mentor, Dorothy Silver, died, the Silver family contacted me and asked me if I had a contact. And I might have called you and asked you if you had a number for Margaret. And we couldn't find her, but eventually they did, but she wasn't able to participate because they wanted her to participate in the memorial service, for Dorothy Silver.
Right.
Angie, let's talk about, because you're an equity actor.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the audience members out there who may not know what an equity actor is, explain it for us.
Equity is a union, Actors Equity Association. And it's really a union for all actors, stage managers, and it's the professional level of theater. You're able to audition on Broadway, and the thing about equity is that you get all the benefits, and you get a certain pay rate scale. You get paid for rehearsals, everything. Even if you just have one line, you get a certain rate of pay every week. So would you say there are pros and cons to
equity and non-equity? What are some of the...
Well, the pros are, like I said, benefits. You're protected. So if you get hurt on a job, you're protected. You get insurance. You get a pension, after so many years. And like I said, you get the scale of, of getting paid during rehearsal and for the performances. So that's the pro about it. And people respect you, I think, more too, because, she can go on Broadway, Right. But the con is being in the city of Cleveland, because we do have non-equity actors who are great, but they can use them because they don't have to pay them that rate. Right. I know a lot of my friends, they do get paid, but not the rate of an equity actor. So I would say the con is just that it's about the pay and the benefits.
During a play or a film, we as performers, we often bond with other actors. I mean, you can't help it. You're for a month or so when you're doing live theater, you're with somebody every night, sometimes 5 or 6. Do you process that in terms of getting close to people? Are there people that you've performed with years ago that you're still perform with? And I mean, with me, a lot of times when I see an actor who was cast in a play that that I'm close to, I'm excited. Because I love to work with certain people. I mean, I can work with anybody, but there's certain people I love to work with, like Daryl Tatum. I love working with him.
Great,
Are you
great
the
actor.
same way?
Yes. Yes. And I would have to say Karamu, because I spent so much time at Karamu, 20 plus years. A lot of the actors, I don't want to start naming names because I'll forget somebody, but the actors there, we're still close. We still stay in contact with each other. So I would have to, say that group of people from the 80s.
Yeah. And, we share a mutual friend. I got to mention her name, Tina Stump.
Oh, that's my girl. And it's funny because, me and Tina have been friends for so long, but we've never been in a show. Well, no, I take that back. We did do one show together in Akron. It was a musical. I can't think of the name of the musical right now, but we did do a show together. I love working with her.
And you actually did a show with Tina with me in the Recreation. We did scenes. We did a Black History play. I think it was just a Black History play. It was portraits in Black History, because you and Tina sang the opening number.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
We did it at Lonnie Burton.
We showed it. I remember now. And we did the song because Ed Ridley did the song.
Right.
And we created the song for it.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Okay.
Yeah, see, I'm bringing it all back.
Oh, you bring it all back now. Yeah. I love work with Tina. We're very good friends. We're sisters in Christ. Yeah.
She's incredible. We went to grad school together, so we bonded there. In fact, we were the only African Americans in our class, and we just hit it off, and that was like 20 years ago. Okay. So yeah, shout out to Tina Stump.
Yeah, shout out to Tina.
Okay, so we're gonna take a look at you in your element, Angie. Here's a clip of Angie Winborn in the award-winning film Flawed Flowers. Let's take a look.
Your daddy accepted me for who I was. He would always say, I ain't gonna try to change you, Lily Ann Johnson. I ain't gonna try. You started out being something and turned out to being nothing right before his eyes.
You ain't gonna put all that on me, Miss Lily.
Where were you when your daddy was dying on the kitchen floor in there? Huh? Where were you? I was here holding his hand until the EMS had come. I was with him for 7 days and 7 nights in the hospital. So don't tell me what I did and what I didn't do for that man. I was with him, praying with him, and the only thing come out of his mouth was your name. Where were you? Where were you, Miss Drug Transporter? Where were you when your daddy was dying and he was calling out your name?
Coming back. Coming back here for roles, then we'll be gone. We'll be gone and you'll be here all alone like Daddy was all those years. Like I was. All alone. Sing that song. It's showtime, Mama.
That was a powerful performance with Angelique Noble.
Oh, yeah, I meant to mention her.
So Angie, quick question. What do you like about yourself as a performer?
Oh,
What
that's a good
separates
question.
you? Why should I cast you? I mean, we just said how many talented actors are in Cleveland. Why would a director cast Angie Winborn?
Because I'm seasoned.
Okay.
I'm versatile. I sing a little. I'm not a dancer, but I can move. I know how to count to 1 through 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3. So.
And I take issue with you when you say you're not you just a singer, because you're a fabulous singer.
Well, thank you. I mean, there are women good, but I can hold a note.
Yeah, you can hold a note. You can do better than hold a note.
Thank you.
If there was a dream character that you could portray, who would it be? Have you ever thought about, you could create a character for a feature film? What would she be?
Actually, I would love to do a one-woman show about me and my life. I think that would be something different. I look up to Oprah Winfrey because a lot of people say, oh, you look like Oprah or, whatever. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't mind portraying her, as an older Oprah. But I really would like to do me, play myself, a one-woman show about my life of the theater and everything that I've gone through. Because, I've had some tragedies in my my life of losing one of my daughters to cancer. But I would like to do a one-woman show.
What do you enjoy most about performing?
The audience responds. Just that everybody is engaged in looking at you and portraying that character, and sometimes being able to express how they would feel, depending on who the character is, just everything about it, the live stage period. Like I said, the audience, working with the cast, and just doing it. I mean, it's...
So do you have a preference on live theater or film?
You know what? I did, but now I love film because I got a chance to do some film, and I just love the fact that you can stop, retake it, do it better, do another side or whatever. So I'm liking the film.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different experience. For years, I was in live theater, and the issue with live theater, it's very difficult to get your plays produced, at theaters. Where a film, you create your film and then you just send it off.
And congratulations to you of all what you've done. Oh
yeah,
my God.
Well, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So that's why I mostly recently gravitated, to film as opposed to theater. And I'm at a point now where I really don't want to act anymore. I mean, I've done it. I enjoy now writing and directing. Now, you've done a lot of directing too. In fact, in 2013, when I was in recreation and I was directing the Christmas play, you were my assistant, and then when I moved to the mayor's office, you took over the whole shebang. So, tell me, do you have do you enjoy directing more than performing? At this point, maybe not yet.
I think it's even. It's like half and half. I love still performing, but I love working with the youth, and I work with seniors too. So I love them both. I can't put one above the other. I put them right here, equally, doing both.
So we probably should just talk about your day job, since we kind of hit on it. So you work for the Department of Recreation, and what's your capacity there?
I am the City of Cleveland show wagon manager.
Show wagon manager. And for people, I'm sure most people know, but for people who may not know, what is show wagon?
It's a summer program where young people between the ages of 8 and 16 are able to audition, and we perform all over the city of Cleveland on a mobile stage. The stage travels all over to rec centers, nursing homes, festivals, and we put on, it's like a showcase. And we've had, oh God, hundreds and hundreds of kids who have been on the show wagon over 20 plus years.
Probably thousands.
Yeah, I was going to say 1,000 because every now and then, and it's funny because no matter where I go, Miss Angie, who are you? I did show wagon when? 1995. How old are you? I'm 40.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I have, people who are 30, 40 years old who have been on show wagon.
It was a tremendous experience for me in 2013. I helped you with the show wagon, the show wagon group that you had, and just some amazing, amazing performers that we had. And over the years, and it just grows and grows and grows. I think, it was shut down a while for the pandemic.
Yeah, for 2 years.
Then
It just went back up last year.
Went back up, yeah. But you've done a fabulous job.
Thank you.
And then we also share the fact that you taught drama at John F. Kennedy when I was teaching drama at Glenville High School.
That's right.
So how many years did you actually teach?
From 1999 into 2005.
Wow.
And it's funny you said that because I have several former students who are now in Cleveland doing plays like at Karamu and other places as well. And they still Facebook me, hey, Ms. Winborn, I'm doing this show. Can you come see me? And I do. I go support them. So I'm very proud of the work that I put in. And I know you are, of the work, because I know you have former students as well.
Lauren Nicole Sturdivant is teaching theater and music in the University Lyndhurst School District. I have Willie Johnson, who's in movie production. Just incredible. Titus Covington's out in Arizona doing films, and they all came out of Glenville High School, room 244.
Same here at John F. Kennedy. Nori Whitehead, she just finished doing Black Nativity. She just, matter of fact, she just Facebooked me and said, I just got in another play on the west side. I don't know which theater, but yeah, so they let me know. They tell me. I said, okay.
Angie, do you think, how did growing up in Cleveland influence your artistic abilities?
Well, I was born in Cleveland, and I was raised in Cleveland for a while. Then I went to North Carolina and stayed with my grandmother for 6 years. So I got a chance to learn about both worlds of being in the city and being in the South. But here in Cleveland has a lot of talent. And I have to give it, like I said, again, all to Leon Fisher, who was my drama teacher at Kennedy. I learned so much from him. But Cleveland is a very mellow, I say, city where you can learn a lot. It's not like New York or Chicago, but you still can learn a lot here in Cleveland. So, I mean, I was here in elementary, and then in middle school I went to North Carolina, and then I came back to high school. So
did you always teach at Kennedy, or did you teach anywhere else?
No, I taught all over because I was a long-term substitute teacher.
Okay.
I taught at every school there was in Cleveland. School Arts, John Marshall, John Hay, all of them.
You know what's interesting? You just said about opportunities in Cleveland, and I was just thinking about you and all you've done, not only in theater, but also in film, in the Antone Fisher story.
Oh, God.
With Denzel Washington. White Boy Rick with Mathew McConaughey. Talk about the experience of working with Denzel Washington in the Antone Fisher story. Because I remember that vividly, because so many of our Cleveland acting colleagues was in that film. In fact, wasn't Margaret Ford Taylor was in the film?
Yeah, she was, yeah. She was one of the aunts.
Doug Jewell?
Doug, yeah. He was one of the uncles. I was the woman in white. Now, let me tell you the story about that. I went to audition to be in the family. I didn't get it. Lillian Powell, who's a very well-known casting
Yeah,
director
I had
here,
Lillian on the show.
called me back. She said, Angela, get down here right now. Bring all white. I said, okay. So I put on all white, and I had this line about, your family is waiting. She said, okay, you got this part, but there's another lady who has it as well. So it was between me and another lady who had the woman in white. It was like, it was a dream scene, the very beginning of the movie. And it wasn't until we got on set, we were dressed alike, we had our own trailer. That's what I love about the film, had our own trailer. And then when we got on set, Denzel came up, he looked at me, he looked at the other lady, and he looked back at me, he said, come here a minute. Grabbed my hand. He said, this is what I want you to do. You're going to stand right here, and when the little boy opens the door, you're going to say, Antone, your family. That's when your family is waiting. That's when I knew I had the role. Oh my God, he was such a down-to-earth person. Very nice, laid back. I remember everything he had on, a pair of gray sweatpants and a black shirt, and he had a cap on. It was turned backwards. I remember, this is Denzel.
Yeah, Denzel,
Okay?
yeah.
He's in my face. Like we're talking right now. He's telling me, like you tell me, okay, Angela, I want you to do this and do that. This is what Denzel was telling me. I said, this is Denzel. It was just a great experience. Like I said, I was treated like royalty. And I just had the one line, but it made history for me. You know, I was in the credits and still get paid, only a few bucks, but you know, I got the
But this is how many people get a chance to work with Denzel Washington?
Not many.
Not many. Let's take a look at this clip. I got this clip of Angie Winborn in the Antone Fisher story.
Antone?
Yeah, that's history, and that's history. That's something
I will never
and no
forget.
one can ever take that away from you. You know.
Right.
Hey, and maybe in the future you'll get to work with them again.
And that's one of my dreams. It really is. Yeah.
So, what can we expect from Angie Winborn in the future? What's going on with you now?
Oh, well, right now I'm still working with the seniors at Zelma George.
Okay.
And I'm working with the youth.
Okay.
But I would like to really travel more. I went to Sundance Film Festival
in
in
Utah, right?
It was great.
To talk about that a little bit.
It's where everybody's trying to get their film to get to Hollywood.
Okay.
Whether you're white, black, Puerto Rican, British, whatever, African, because everybody from every culture is there.
Okay.
And you get a chance to network and meet people. It was just great. I went there.
How many days were you out there?
4 days.
Did you get a chance to meet any?
I met Major. He's getting ready to do the film, the Creed 3 film. He played in, I don't know if you all saw the movie, The Harder They Fall.
Yeah, right.
Okay, the little boy.
Okay.
Him.
Okay.
How can I get on TV? Forget his Major something.
Okay.
Okay, but anyway, I got a chance to meet him.
Okay.
I met Hill Harper.
Okay.
From The Good Doctor.
Wow.
And then I met some other local people. But I went there to network, just to see what it was all about. So I want to travel and really get myself out there more, like maybe go to Atlanta. I would love to meet Tyler Perry. I know a lot of people say, oh, Tyler Perry, but Tyler Perry is doing it. So I would love to
got his own studio.
Yeah, I would love to go there and just get into some more film, work with you.
Oh, yeah, I got you covered.
I'm just saying, just do more film and get out there like Peter Lawson Jones. He's out there now, and I would love to.
Lawson Jones.
Oh, yes.
I had him on the show as well.
Yeah, I saw it. And so that's what I'm looking for.
Now, and you'll do Show Wagon again this year too, right?
Yes.
So when will auditions happen for Show Wagon?
We usually do the audition in May, right after school.
Right after school is out. Okay.
No, I'm sorry, like a couple of weeks before school is out when we audition, because we go into the schools.
Okay.
So in that month of May, we will be holding auditions. So,
okay,
just give me a call, and call the city, and
okay,
we're gonna go into all the recreation centers and do auditions again. So.
Thank you so much, Angie, for being on the show.
Oh, I enjoy myself. I love it. Thank you.
My pleasure. I'd like to thank my special guest, Angie Winborn, for hanging out with me today on Creative Focus. So that's it, Cleveland. We're out. But remember, a true artist is not only inspired, but inspires others. I'm Cornell Hubert Calhoun III for TV 20 and Creative Focus. Until the next time becomes our time. Be well, be safe.